Hello guys, in today's video we present the Ausom K20 Pro electric scooter that already on the paper gives the impression of a serious machine intended not only for the city but also for everything that comes in between, bad asphalt, bumps and long distances where weak models simply give up. With the engine of 1400 watt max power and a declared range of up to 90 kilometers, it is clear that we are talking about the model aimed at the users who want more power, more safety and more freedom in driving, and all this at an affordable price. So be sure to stay until the end of this Ausom K20 Pro video review. The box itself gives a hint that there is not a light city scooter waiting inside that you will carry with one hand. Everything is packed very neatly and tightly with thick protection foam that holds each part in its place, and from that first moment you get the feeling that the manufacturer took care of the details. An almost fully assembled scooter awaits you in the box. In addition to the scooter itself, the box also includes detailed Ausom K20 Pro instructions and a variety card, additional third largest spare NFC card for unlocking and starting the scooter, white gloves and some tools to help with assembly. There is a charger with suitable EU adapter, and finally the front lamp that we have to mount on the scooter. So everything comes almost ready to ride, and the whole process comes down to a few basic steps, after which you already feel like you are one step away from your first ride. All you need to do is tighten and secure the handlebars, screw on the lamp and the display, and the scooter is practically ready to ride. Visually, the scooter looks modern and aggressive, but without exaggeration. The combination of grey and yellow details gives a sporty character, but also a dose of seriousness. The design itself does not try to be minimalistic or elegant in a way that blends into the background. On the contrary, this scooter wants to be noticed. It has this SUV on two wheels character, where the dimensions and proportions themselves suggest that bad terrain will not be the problem. The frame feels serious and inspires confidence from the first touch. The construction is solid, there is no unpleasant sounds, and there is no feeling that you are standing on something thin. Altogether, it gives the impression that this model is made to withstand more weight, more kilometers and more different riding conditions. One of these things we particularly like was this platform. It's wide and long enough. The extra space is especially noticeable on longer rides where you can relax and change position without losing stability, and the load capacity of up to 130 kilos adds to the confidence. The steering wheel follows this philosophy or stability. It's wider than average and gives a very good feeling of control, especially when your speed increases or when the road is no longer ideal. The position of the hands feels natural thanks to the ergonomic shape, which means that even after a long ride there is no feeling of tension in the joints that can be a problem with the poorly designed models. The screen of the Ausom K20 Pro is centrally located and at the first glance gives the impression that it was designed with the idea of being really useful while riding and not just another addition to the handlebars. It's large enough that you can catch all the key informations almost instinctively. The speed, the battery level, active riding mode and the basic status indicators are clearly displayed. However, with all these advantages, the screen brightness should be much stronger than it is now, then it would be ideal. But what takes the whole experience to the next level is not just the screen, but the way you approach the scooter in general. The NFC unlocking is one of those things. Instead of the keys, here simply hold the card and the scooter is activated immediately. It is especially practical when you are in a hurry or when you often park and use the scooter again during the day, because everything goes quickly and without thinking. The controls on the handlebars continue this story of functionality. Everything is simple and placed so that you quickly understand where everything is. When we talk about performance, there is where the K20 Pro really starts to show its true character and difference from the classic city models. The 1400-watt maximum power motor with the 28 Nm, as the manufacturer states, is not just a number that looks nice on the specification, but something that is immediately felt under your feet as soon as you light touch the gas. The scooter responds quickly and decisively without hesitation, as if it always has a ready reserve of power just waiting to be used. Acceleration is not aggressive in a way that surprises or throws you off the balance, but strong enough to give you a feeling of control and safety at all times. This is especially evident when the ride is no longer ideal. As soon as you encounter a hill, bad asphalt or slightly more difficult terrain, you can see this scooter is not made just for the flat city streets. You don't feel the engine throttling or loss of power that is common with the weaker models, but a constant, reliable delivery of power that inspires confidence. A top speed of up to 50 km further emphasizes that this is a serious scooter. Although you won't always use this speed, the very fact that it exists means that the scooter is always working with the power reserve. It's this reserve that makes riding more relaxed, because you don't feel like you are riding on the limit of the device capabilities, but that you always have more space if you need. The battery is one of the key reasons why this model acts as a serious tool for everyday riding and not just a toy for occasional drives. The 864 watt-hour capacity immediately suggests that the focus was on long distances and reducing the need for frequent charging. Of course, the declared 90 km range should be taken with a dose of reality, because real conditions always bring their own factors, such as the weight of the rider, terrain configuration and the riding style. But even with all that in mind, the K20 Pro still offers a very respectable range that can cover several days of driving without need of charge. This freedom is perhaps the biggest advantage of this model, because it removes the constant mental pressure that often comes with the smaller batteries. Charging takes about 9 hours, which is not the fastest solution on the market, but considering the battery capacity and the autonomy, it seems like a reasonable compromise. Once you fill it up, you know that you are calm for a long time. When you get out on the road and start testing the scooter more seriously, the combination of tires, suspension and overall construction comes into its own. 10-inch tubeless tires immediately give a different feel compared to the classic smaller or solid tires already in the first meters of riding. You notice how they absorb small bumps better and provide more contact with the surface, which increases stability and safety. The suspension further enhances this impression. The front fork and rear swingarm system do not act just as a visual addition, but really do their job. When you go over the holes, joints in the asphalt or uneven surface, the scooter does not transmit all vibrations directly to your hands and feet, but filters a good part of those impacts. Now, braking is a segment that must be at the high level with the scooters of this size, and the K20 Pro leaves a good impression. The combination of front and rear disc brakes with the ABS system gives a sense of control that is crucial when riding something of this weight and power. When you pull the brake, the reaction is predictable and strong enough to feel safe without sudden or unpleasant jerks. The further increases confidence in the scooter, especially at the higher speeds. The lighting of this model is not just for look good, although it works very well. The front and the rear lights with the braking effect ensure good visibility, but the real highlight are the turn signals and the side blue ambient lighting that gives the scooter a more modern and serious character. The turn signals are particularly useful because they allow for clear communication with the other road users, which is an often overlooked detail in scooters, but in reality can make a big difference. When we're finishing riding and it's time to put it away, the K20 Pro also shows its more practical side. The folding mechanism is relatively simple and does not require too much force or complicate movements. In a few seconds you can fold the scooter and prepare it for transport or storage. Of course, due to its weight and dimension, it won't be the most practical for frequent carrying, but for storing in the car, garage or some corner of the apartment it works quite correctly. It is a compromise that comes with this type of robust scooter, and it's realistically expected. Ultimately, the Ausom K20 Pro feels like a model that was made for users who want more than a standard city scooter. It offers power, range stability and additional features that together create a very well-rounded experience. If you are looking for a scooter that won't be limited to perfect asphalt and short distances, but something that can keep up with your needs through the variety of riding conditions, then the K20 Pro is definitely a model worth serious consideration. The Geek Buying web shop purchase link is in the description below this video, and if you liked what it has to offer, don't wait too long, because these models often disappear from stock quickly, especially at such a low price. So hurry up. That is for this review. See you in the next video. Until then, bye.